It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you, and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in the Prince George's Schools, and we invite you to play along and test your own science IQs. See if you can keep up with these wonderful students here today. We've got 6 of them. Let's meet them right now. First, joining us today from Hyattsville Elementary School, say hello to Paul. Paul, wave to everybody at home. You're looking good there. Y'all got your matching shirts. Our captain is Winona. Winona, she's an actress. She's a singer and a dancer. Nice to have her here today. And Oscar, you're back again this year. Nice to have you back. Terrific player. They are playing against Templeton, our reigning champ. Say hello to Dustin over there. Dustin, you can wave to everybody at home as well. Kong is the team captain, and he is on our poster this year, having won the championship last year, as is Gabby over there. She's back as good as well, and you guys look great in your yellow shirts over there. All right, if you're not familiar with the Science Bowl, we're glad you're with us today. Here are the categories of questions that we use.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's science potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here in the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty, with the easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10. Tougher ones worth 15, 20. Toughest of them all is 25 points. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. And at the end of the 2 rounds today, one of these 2 outstanding teams will come back to play our game again, perhaps advancing to this year's semifinals. So we have a lot at stake here. Let's make sure everything works before we start. Winona, would you try your buzzer? It looks good. It sounds good. Good luck to you, Paul, and to Oscar. And Kong, how about the green team? Oh, they're all pushing that in unison over there. All right, good luck to Dustin and Kong and Gabby. Let's have a great game, and congratulations, guys. You've been picked by your schools as ambassadors to be here. And I know everybody wins just by being on the Science Bowl. Keep that in mind. We go alphabetically H before T, so Hyattsville and Winona. Let's play that game. Go. Winona, you pick.
Green things for 15, please.
Green things for 15 points, she says confidently. I like that. Here's your question. To defend against pests and predators, pine trees have needles, cacti have spines, and rose bushes have these. Hyattsville.
Thorns.
Thorns, that's right. Thorns on those rose bushes. Good points. Go. Let's turn off that light for the red team, and Winona, you go again.
Green things for 10.
Green for 10. How many of you know what geraniums are? They're kind of like a red flower. Even though they are these kinds of plants, geraniums, if you give them the right temperature, fertilizer, protect them from frost, they can live for more than 1 year, more than, they're what kind of plants, Templeton?
Conifers? Coniferous?
Not coniferous, no. Geraniums typically live for just 1 year. You can extend that if you give them all those situations and assets I just told you to, because geraniums, since they normally live for just 1 year, are known as what kind of plants?
Annual.
Annuals. Thank you, Paul. Nice assist there. Good. Go red.
Zoo parade for 10.
Zoo parade for 10 points. Killer whales, orcas. Nasty, nasty fighters. They will attack great white sharks, flip them over because they want to eat their liver and their heart. Those killer whales will also attack these largest animals that ever lived to eat their tongues.
Blue whale.
What are they? Hyattsville, red.
Pass to Oscar.
Blue whale.
The blue whale, that's right. They attack and they actually rip out the tongue of the blue whale. Nasty fighters there. That's why they're apex predators. Go red.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo parade for 15 points. If people exploring caves, I don't know if you've ever been inside a cave. It's kind of creepy in there. People exploring caves. If you're looking for something to eat in there, you forgot your peanut butter sandwich, you can always chow down on these arthropods inside the cave that are sometimes called land shrimp. Hyattsville.
Clams.
Not clams. No, you're inside a cave. You don't have anything to eat. You're looking around. Oh, these arthropods are down there. Maybe I could eat these. Sometimes called land shrimp. Those are crickets. Crickets. You can eat crickets. Eating bugs. Okay, go again, red. No points. You're in the lead by 35 points.
Green things for 5.
Green for 5. All right. Although they're not green and they don't photosynthesize, the layers on an onion are still called these. Templeton.
Leaves.
Leaves, that's right. Thank you, Dustin. Good. You're on the board. Go green team. Leaves on an onion.
Physicals. I'm going to do 15. Let's get physical for 15 points.
Let's get physical for 15. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see if you know your planets. About once a year, 5 planets form an arc immediately after sunset. They are planets 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7. All of them are visible to the naked eye except for one that you need a telescope for. What is the one telescope in that sequence that you need, one planet that you need a telescope for?
1, 2, 3,
Templeton.
5, and 7. 1, 10.
Talk among yourselves, Hyattsville, in case I have to come to you. Have an answer as a comeback.
Because it's the farthest one. Uranus?
Uranus, absolutely right. That's number 7. Good group think over there. All right. You're up to 70 points. Go Templeton.
Physical for 20, so if we win, we can take the lead. Physical for 20 points.
Physical for 20. Yes?
Yes.
Physical for 20. Here we go. All right. Whether coal... I'm sorry? All right, this is going to be physical for 20. And you say that light didn't go on? Last time.
Let's get physical for 15. Should go off.
Are we okay? Yep. All right, so this is, let's get physical for 20 points, correct? Is that what you wanted? Here we go. Whether coal is of the bituminous or anthracite variety, it is one of these S-initial kinds of rocks, primarily made of carbon and used as a fuel. What kind of rock are we talking about, Templeton?
Sedimentary.
Yes, sir, sedimentary rock. Well done. Go. Green.
All right.
5-point lead.
I'll go for the small ones, not body for 5. Body systems for 5 points.
Body systems for 5. If something requires a lot of effort, physical effort, it's often said that you need some extra grease for this joint.
Elbow.
Hyattsville.
Elbow.
Yeah, you need some elbow grease. Yes, indeed, Winona. All right, the buzzer said we've come to the end of the first round. It is a dead heat. 90 points for Hyattsville, 90 for Templeton. Round 2, Science Bowl, coming up. Don't go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. Yeah, really good game here. Tied score 90 all. 6 outstanding players, some of whom have been here before. Let's go over and talk to the players before we move on and ask any more science questions. Winona, tell us all about Hyattsville Elementary School. Who is your principal?
Our principal is Dr. McKee.
Dr. McKee. He's a great fan of Science Bowl, too. And who's your coach?
Our coaches are Mr. Danga and Miss Mendoza.
Wonderful. All right, they will both be out in just a few moments here, and I know how hard they work to get you ready for today here. Any alternates on your team? I think I saw them earlier. Can you give them their names?
Well, we have Halim, Joseph, and Jamie, but Jamie had the flu today, so he couldn't make it.
Jamie, I hope you're feeling better by the time you see this. We miss you here today, but we'll bring the other 2 alternates out at the end of the program. Tell us something about Hyattsville Elementary that you're really proud of, that you really like, Winona.
Well, we have amazing teachers. We also have amazing after-school programs, and our staff work really hard for us to give us a chance to have those after-school programs.
I like that adjective you said, amazing. And if you have amazing teachers, that's all you need. because they're concerned about your progress and your success. Tell us about yourself. What do you want to do someday? I know you talked about acting before.
Yeah, I would either be an actor or a social worker.
Wow. You said your mom is a social worker,
My
right?
mother's a social worker.
Yeah, so you have a role model there. Comedic actress, dramatic actress, but you sing and you dance, so you want to do it all, right? Yeah, you're just, you're going to be up there, and we can remember you when you were on Science Ball, when you accept your Academy Award one day. Oscar, nice to have you with us today. You're back again. What do you like about the Science Bowl?
I like how it kind of gets aired. I like watching the games to train for if I'm going back on to the Science Bowl, so I can watch other people, how they did, and try to, it's just fun that you can see how all the other people did something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, in sports, they look at film before and after. You know, you kind of try to size up the competition and, you know, get some pointers. So your analysis is right on. What do you want to do someday, Oscar? You're still thinking about that?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't really know exactly what I want to do, but my biggest guess would probably be I'd do something with film.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah. Well, you're a young
cameraman.
guy. You're going to have a lot of different experiences, and who knows when that light will go off, the epiphany. That's what I want to do. Paul, nice to have you with us today. You came up with a couple of answers already. How do you know so much science? How did you prepare?
We do practices after school, and
I bet you're a good reader, and you probably are a good retainer of facts and all, because I bet you're a very good student. You wouldn't be here otherwise. What do you hope to do one day?
I'm not sure yet.
Not sure. All right. Yeah, like I say, that's what adults like to do. We always like to ask kids, what do you want to do? And it's like, I don't know yet. I'm still figuring it out. It's tough. It's tough to find something. Find something that you like, that you have some talent for, and you're amazed they're going to pay you to do it because you would do it anyway. That's my advice. Let's go over to Templeton. Colin, nice to have you here today. Reigning champs, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, up there on the poster, you've been big time all year, and we can see why. You're a great team. Tell us about Templeton. Who's your principal?
Our principal is Ms. Robinson.
That's right. I think she's here today. I think I saw her. She'll be out in a few moments. And your coach is?
Our coach is Dr. Lynch.
The amazing, to borrow Winona's adjective, the amazing Dr. Lynch. She is out there. She works so hard with you guys. And alternates on your team?
Alternates are, we have Paru Hong Rai and we have Jael Campbell.
Wonderful. We'll bring them out in just a few moments as well. And Templeton right now is temporarily housed at the old Kenmore Middle School. So you'll have a new Templeton at one time. But even in your circumstances now, I know it's a great school. What do you like about Templeton?
I really like the amazing extracurricular activities, and there's a really diverse community, and the community is very nice. And all the teachers are very kind and helpful.
And I've witnessed that too. Kind and helpful. You couldn't ask for a better staff over there. And Kong, one day, what are we going to see you do?
One day I want to be an IT engineer.
Wonderful. You'd be very good at that. Whatever you choose. I like your discipline. Dustin, what about yourself? You're a sports guy.
Yeah.
Basketball, soccer, baseball. But of the three, you told me soccer is your favorite, yeah?
Yeah, it's always stuck
Do you
with me.
play soccer on an organized team, or just pick up? What do you do?
I just like to pick up the ball and play.
Yeah. So you're an athlete at heart. But when you get older, you want to play soccer professionally, or do you have some other ideas?
I have other ideas.
Like what?
Right now I'm thinking about like architectural engineering.
Wonderful. Another engineer there. All right. One engineer, two engineer. Gabby, you want to be an engineer one day? No, she doesn't. Gabby, tell us your story. You're a safety patrol, aren't you, over there at Templeton? Yes, keeping everything on the straight and narrow over there. What do you do in your spare time, Gabby?
I like to talk to my friends, I like to read, and I like to watch Science Bowl.
Thank you. And we did not pay her to say that. She really does genuinely enjoy watching Science Bowl. And what do you hope to do professionally one day, Gabby?
I want to be a pediatrician.
Very good, a pediatrician. Well, do you have younger brothers and sisters at home?
I have an older brother.
An older brother, right. Well, you can't really practice on him, but I mean, I'm sure I've watched you play and I've seen how you conduct yourself, and I think you'd be very good as a pediatrician. Let's get back into our game. Last correct answer came from the red team. Lots of points to give away. Winona, you're up. Go. Go ahead.
Science potpourri for 10.
Science potpourri for 10 points. All right. A prune, which is a dried plum, is known as nature's remedy because it is a natural one of these L-initialed liquids that makes going to the bathroom easier. Templeton.
Laxatives.
A laxative, absolutely right. Things you don't like to think about, but sometimes you need one. All right, go green.
Let's get physical for 5 points.
Physical for 5 points. Question is as follows. This is multiple choice. The gas that makes up 78% of our atmosphere and is found in potato chip bags to keep the chips fresh is oxygen, carbon dioxide, or nitrogen? Templeton.
Nitrogen.
It is nitrogen, yeah. You open that chip bag and the nitrogen gas goes out, and that means it's going to get stale real fast unless you clasp it up when you're done there. Okay, go again, green.
Science potpourri for 5 points.
Potpourri, 5 points. This is interesting. This is about Halloween. Even though they are not sticky like the real thing, these can still trap birds and bats and amphibians, so don't put them out as part of your Halloween decoration. Don't put out what, Hyattsville?
Spider webs.
Spider webs, absolutely right. Even though the webbing is not sticky like the real thing, it will still trap some of those animals. You don't want that to happen. Thank you, Oscar. Good help. Go, Winona.
Zooparade for 5 points.
Zooparade for 5. The Great Sphinx in the Egyptian desert. The Great Sphinx has the head of a woman, but the bulk of the sculpture is the body of what animal?
Lion.
What animal, Hyattsville?
Lion.
A lion. That's it. Good. 5 more points. Go. You're up to the century mark. 100 to 105. Go. Winona. Pick.
We're going to go let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Because it is highly toxic, this liquid metal no longer is found inside Templeton.
Mercury.
Mercury. That's why, yeah, you don't put them in thermometers anymore. We found out how terrible that was. All right, go. Green.
Dateline science for 5 points.
Dateline science for 5 points. In Bethany Beach, Delaware, there is a firefly that is becoming so rare that the government is considering placing it not on the endangered species list, but on this still critical T-initialed list. Hyattsville.
Threatened.
Threatened, that's it. Thank you, Paul. Good. Red, go.
Body system for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Licking your wounds is something most mammals do because covering a cut with this substance that contains, yes,
Saliva.
Saliva, yeah. Lots of antibiotics and enzymes in it, and it helps to hasten the healing. Yeah, all right. Tie score, 115 all. Go, Red.
Green things for 20.
Green things, 20 points. Visual question. Look at the monitor, please. You've probably never seen these before. You're going to see stone plants, the most famous plants in the world. They look like stones. It keeps them from being eaten. They are known by what M-initialed name? Templeton?
Mimicry.
Mimicry, absolutely right. They are mimic plants. Absolutely right. Good. Green, go.
Dateline for 10 points.
Dateline 10. A species of bacteria has been discovered that can turn this material, often labeled PET for polyethylene, into a carbon. Yes, Templeton.
Plastic.
Yes, these bacteria can eat plastic. They can eat it. They can get the carbon out of it. And we were talking about earlier with the judges, we don't know what happens to their waste products, though. All right, go. Green.
Body 15.
Body 15. You can find an arch in your foot, a bridge in your nose, and both a hammer and an anvil in this part of your body, Hyattsville.
Ear.
In your ear, the 3 middle ear bones, hammer, anvil, and stirrup. All right, good, go. 15 points behind. Winona, do you pick?
Science potpourri for 15.
Science potpourri for 15 points is a visual question. Look at the monitor, please. Odd-looking, dangerous-looking creature called a chimera. C-H-I-M-E-R-A. It's a creature from Greek mythology that is part serpent, part lion, and part of this farm animal. Templeton?
Goat.
A goat, yes, like the Capricorn zodiac sign. Good. Green.
Dateline science for 15 points.
Dateline 15 points. Scientists have just succeeded in mapping the 50 million connections in the brain of this tiny insect that we often find in the kitchen around very ripe bananas. Hyattsville?
Ant.
Not ants, no. They have mapped the brain, 50 million connections of this tiny insect, often found in the kitchen around very ripe bananas.
Fruit flies.
Fruit flies, that's right. We do find ants there, but the fruit flies, they have the brains, and they are often used in genetics experiments. Okay, go green.
Zoo parade for 20 points.
Zoo parade for 20. Question is as follows. What same word describes one animal cleaning itself for another animal and one half of a couple taking wedding vows? Hyattsville.
Symbiotic relationship.
Oh, not symbiotic. Same word now. What same word describes one animal cleaning itself or another animal? I can see where you came up with symbiosis. The same word means one half of a couple taking wedding vows.
Grooming.
Grooming. That's right. Good. You had to listen to the end of that question there, Paul. Go green.
Body systems for 20 points.
Body systems for 20 points. Question is as follows. The lowest two pairs of these bones are often described as floating or false because their anterior ends are unattached. These are ribs. They call them floating ribs because the lower ribs are not attached to the sternum as the other ones are. Go again, please. Green.
Science potpourri for 20. Science potpourri for 20 points.
Science potpourri for 20 points. Question. Multiple choice. It's recommended that all kids spend up to 2 hours a day outside. It'll reduce your chances of getting nearsighted. Another name for nearsightedness medically is which of the following? Myasthenia, myopia, or myocardia? Templeton.
Myopia.
Myopia is another name for nearsightedness. Yes, sir. Nicely done. Go Kong.
Dateline science for 20 points.
Dateline for 20. It was in 1679, the year 1679, that the Dutch scientist Leeuwenhoek was the first to see these cells that carry oxygen in our bodies under a microscope. Templeton?
Red blood cells.
Red blood cells, absolutely right. Erythrocytes. Leeuwenhoek came up with one of the very first microscopes ever. Good, go, green.
Let's get physical for 25 points.
Let's get physical for 25. Big one in that category. It is a law of physics that for every degree increase on this temperature scale on which water boils at 100 degrees, Templeton?
Celsius.
Celsius, that's right. It's 212 on the Fahrenheit scale. All right, we got 5 big questions left. Come on, guys, you got to get them all, Hyattsville. Kong, you pick them.
Body systems for 25 points.
Body systems for 25. Here's that question. Unlike raccoons and bats and skunks, squirrels cannot infect us with this disease.
Rabies.
Rabies is right, yes. The rabies kills the squirrels before they can transmit it. All right, let's turn that red light on the Hyattsville team and go, please, Winona.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points. Here's your question. To get rid of invasive plants like weeds, if you've got weeds in your garden, homeowners often spray them with these H-initialed
Homicides?
No, not quite. Templeton, what H-initialed chemicals are often sprayed onto weeds by homeowners?
Herbicides.
Herbicides. Herbicides was the right answer. Good try there, Winona. Good. Go green.
Body systems for 25 points.
Body system, 25. Big one to finish that out. All right, this is a multiple choice. Big words. Listen to the clues. The narrow passage between your neck and your shoulder, where there are lots of blood vessels and nerves and muscles, is known as the cardiac sphincter, the hepatic portal, or the thoracic outlet. Which of those three?
Thoracic outlets.
That's right, because this is your thorax. That's hepatic refers to liver and cardiac to heart. That buzzer says our game is over. It looks like Templeton has done it. They're acting like they have done it. We'll double check that score and be back with you in just a moment. Don't you go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. As I tell all of these young people at the outset, everybody here is a winner. Everyone here is representing their school. They're great ambassadors. And even though the scores sometimes aren't as close as they might like, everybody wins on Science Bowl. They are all scientifically literate. They're all destined for great things. They are some of Prince George's best students right here. Our final tally today is Hyattsville 155, Templeton 310. Congratulations to Templeton. One step closer to a second county championship. Kong, could you tell us who's standing back there?
This is our coach, Dr. Lynch, and this is our alternate, Jael Campbell. This is our other alternate, Paruhang Rai, and this is our principal, Miss Robinson, and this is our assistant principal, Miss Piper.
Thank you, Kong. You could do my job. You could do my job. Winona, would you be good enough to introduce everybody after we give you a nice round of applause? The Hyattsville team is fantastic. They are fantastic here. And I like how Oscar and Paul, you were helping out that captain the whole time. That was teamwork at its best. Winona, tell us who's back there.
This is our coach, Mr. Danga. This is one of our alternates, Halim. This is another one of our alternates, Joseph. And that's our assistant coach, Ms. Mendoza.
Wonderful. As you said before, they are all amazing. I couldn't agree more. You're amazing too. We appreciate you tuning in and playing along with us today, and hope you come back and watch Science Bowl another time. Until then, I'm Dave Zarin. Bye-bye, everybody.